Hello, my name is Jamie Bunting, and today I'll be addressing the argument on should all early child care and education be administered by the Department of Education in each state, and I will be arguing for the Department of Education and why I think it's necessary. We all know the importance of early learning, of early education in today's society. It's really the first years of a child's life build a foundation for success later in life and in school. So this period is a critically important window of opportunity where profound developments in reasoning, language acquisition, and problem solving occur. These years are particularly key for children from low-income families, children with disabilities, and English learners, whose access to high-quality early learning opportunities may determine their success in kindergarten and beyond. It's been proven that the effective teachers go to, more middle-class areas where a lot of times these students that come from low-income families do not receive as effective and as high quality of a teacher as those other students do. So it is important that we really focus on teacher preparation programs and making sure that all children receive the high-quality early learning opportunities as every other student does. Each year, about 4 million children enter into kindergarten in hopes that, that they'll be ready for school and ready for success. And many parents turn that hope into action by seeking out supportive and high-quality early learning opportunities. Unfortunately, not every parent finds those opportunities, and access differs based on geography, race, and income. As a result, too many children enter kindergarten a year or more behind their classmates in academic and in social-emotional skills. For some children, starting out school from that behind creates a continuous cycle of catch-up in their learning. As a nation, we must ensure that all children, regardless of income or race, have access to high-quality preschool opportunities. And this is the mission of the Department of Education and the President and what they've established. And actually, it's interesting to note that actually 3/4 of the Department of Education's funding goes to low-income families, children with disabilities, and English language learners, multilingual learners. That's a huge portion of their funds, considering they receive billions and billions of dollars each year, and that number continues to increase. Some will say that, okay, they absolutely receive billions and billions of dollars, and what actually do they produce? And that there is very little accountability held by the Department of Education. However, they're the ones that monitor the states and oversee really what is working. And the Obama administration has made it very clear that Common Core isn't right. These bubbling in answers and multiple choice questions aren't preparing our students and showing that they can fill in bubbles. That they can take a test, but can they think critically? Can they problem solve? These are the things that are going to help them compete on a global level. And that's what the department is understanding. They're starting to bring things closer to home, letting the states have more control, which is very important. And then they distribute funds as needed, where they see progress being made. And absolutely progress has been made with the Department of Education since the Obama administration. Actually, dropout rates have gone down significantly, especially in the African American and Hispanic communities. High school graduation rates have increased, and college completion rates have actually gone up the first time in history. These numbers have gone up the most dramatically in the last few years since. And I think a lot of it has to do with the preschool education and the quality that we're increasing. So in early learning, there's been several initiatives that are taking place. Number one, the quality of preschools. The Obama administration invested $1 billion to provide preschool to every child, and more than half of the states have dramatically boosted their own investments in early learning, which is very important. I will include a Jing presentation with a video I'd like you to watch on this of quality preschool and how it's changed children entering into kindergarten. It's on a kindergarten teacher's behalf, and I'd also like you to view the states funding that they've provided in the federal funding that's been provided to each state individually, and the number of students that have been served through these funding programs. The Obama administration also has included a Race to the Top initiative. It's an early learning challenge program that serves 5.2 million children from low-income families, and 20 states will benefit from high-quality, seamless state early learning systems that link education, health, nutrition, and family supports. Additionally, 18 states are building or enhancing their infrastructure to provide high-quality preschools and expand programs in high-need communities through preschool development grants. These states will serve as models for expanding preschool to all 4-year-olds from low to moderate income families. The other things that the Obama administration is zoning in on are higher standards, especially the standards for students with disabilities, Hispanic students, and African American students, along with English language learners. The states are the ones driving this effort in higher standards. More useful assessments and data are also very important. The Obama administration invested $360 million in this area. Again, moving away from traditional bubble tests, focusing more on critical thinking, problem solving, and writing skills, which is essential. The other initiatives are stronger teachers in every classroom, because every student needs and deserves a strong teacher. And the research indicates that minority and low-income students are less likely to have these effective teachers than their peers. So, the Department of Education has launched a number of efforts to support great teachers in teaching. It's the Excellent Educators for All initiative and teacher preparation. There are new regulations that strengthen teacher preparation, building on innovation already happening across the country. The Department of Education continues to provide and serve many students in many ways. What they're actually doing through this Preschool for All initiative, which is improving the quality and expanding access to preschools, are allocating dollars to states based on their share of 4-year-olds from low to moderate income families, and funds would be distributed to local school districts and other partners that provide and implement these programs for low to moderate income families. Again, these are all initiatives involved in creating and expanding high-quality preschools. We understand the essential part of a high-quality preschool and high-quality teachers. These are all things that contribute and make that's where funding is important, because we need to make sure that these things are in place. Sometimes the states don't have the ability and the resources really to ensure that there's high quality, that teachers have the preparation. It starts with federal funding, and in turn changes because of federal funding. And boosting the high quality child care, it's expanding the high quality, but also there's preschool development grants, which is changing infrastructure and helping in the low to moderate income families, providing that high quality preschool. There's state and local investments, which have included state resources for the early education, early learning communities, and the Race to the Top is the number one reform going on in early learning. It's an early learning challenge that President Obama has set states to really close the school readiness gap through the early learning challenge. A competitive fund that has enabled states to increase the quality of their early education programs, to establish higher standards across programs, and to provide critical links with health, nutrition, mental health, and family support for our neediest children. The last is reforming and expanding Head Start. The Head Start continues to represent one of the best investments to help our neediest children get a strong start in school and in life. Head Start programs provide comprehensive child development services that foster children's growth in social, emotional, cognitive, and physical development. And it also monitors their progress in these areas to ensure that they are well prepared for kindergarten. Very good things that are happening. Other resources that the Department of Education provides are family and community engagement, which I think is essential. We're really raising the bar to help families and communities and schools all come together so that students are more successful, and we know that the entire community will benefit from this. So the Department of Education has included many resources, tools, and support for parents and families, schools and educators, and communities. Parents and families, programs and guidance. It includes the different Title I acts, basic programs, different initiatives, a parent and information resource center, and just helping parents stay involved in really what's going on in the education system. It also includes different tips on staying healthy, helping families, understand that breakfast is an important meal a day. It actually increases behavior and academic performance. It provides healthy eating tips, different recipes, healthy eating games, the benefits of physical activity on adolescent health and early young children health. And succeeding in school and beyond, it's really pumping up the parents' power to understand that their importance in their child's life and their involvement in their school life and their education is really what makes the difference in helping their children succeed. And for schools and educators, they include many programs and guidance and resources that help stay up with the laws and the regulations and serving preschool children with Title I and understanding the different acts, the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. There's different training and advisory services for equitable assistance, English language acquisition, and different regional communication offices are listed as well. Another number one program that's offered is the Special Education Program, which offers the Individuals with Disability Education Act, just so you can review it and stay up to date on the disclaimers, different autism and individual family service plans, etc. And then also the Race to the Top Early Learning Initiative and Head Start program information for schools and educators. And communities, it's really about reaching academic goals and the programs that have been set, the Promise to Neighborhoods and Centers for Family-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships. These are all things that the Department of Education has provided to help support, families, schools, and our communities as a whole. So you wonder where these dollars come from and why, the Department of Education is very essential to distribute the funds, to monitor, to provide research, and really seek the research that's necessary to make these changes happen. Without it, we would still be standing in the same spot. So these are all initiatives, these are all things that the Department of Education is doing just to help reform and help serve all the students, compete globally. Please read and review my JING presentation that I mentioned earlier. It's going to include a very beneficial video on the Department of Education's early learning initiatives and why it's important to administrate these funds, and also it's going to include several of the resources that I've helped to create this video and this debate. Thank you for viewing, and I'll look forward to responding to your topics.